morning and welcome to Easy Learning with Sign. I remain a co-sign Moses, and today we are going to continue with indices. Last time we did the rules of indices. Today we are going to summarize indices by doing simple exponential equation and standard index form. So we are going to start right away. Standard index form. What is standard index form? Now, standard index form is expressing decimal numbers based on the power of 10. That is standard index form. Now, I'm going to teach you something. Now, this particular issue has been given some students problem in mathematics. Like when you see a question like a number like this, like 0.0000523. Now, sometimes you have a question, a number like this. Now, how do you express it based on the power of 10? That's what we call standard index form. Now, how do you convert it to standard index form? Now, what you do is that there are two rules to this. When the zeros are behind the numbers, these are the numbers, the zeros are behind the numbers, you raise the numbers to minus. When they are in front, you raise the number to a positive number. Now, what am I talking about? Like now you have a question like this. Now, I want to express it now in standard index form. What do? I count these zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 zeros here. So what do I do now? I do this number here, the 5. You now do, and the answer is now 5.23 times 10. You know, the zeros are behind the number, so you get minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 4. Now, for example, now you are given a number like this, 0.0023. Convert this to standard index form. How do you do it? You count zeros, 1, 2, 3. Then you take cognizance of where the zero appear. Is it behind the number or in front of the number? Now these zeros are appearing behind the number. So what do you do? The answer will now be 2.3. The first number points the rest of the numbers times 10 raised to power 1, 2, 3. They are behind the number, so it will be minus 3. Have you seen it? Hope you understand it. The calculator is giving you 3.2 times 10 raised to power minus 6. What is the calculator telling you? The calculator is trying to tell you that this answer is 0.123456332. That's what the calculator is telling you. So that is standard index form. People normally have problem in this, so I say let me touch it. Now, let's go to simple exponential equations. Now, these are simple exponential equations. When you are trying to solve something like this, equations like this in indices, these are simple exponential equations. How do you go about them? You apply some rules of indices, then you use it to get the answer. Now, let me solve these simple exponential equations that are given on the board. Now, they say find x. Let me clean up some things to have space to do that. Okay. Now, find x when 3x is equals to 81. Now, how do you go about this? Now, before I solve this equation, I want to tell you something. That if you have something like this, a raised to power m is equals to a raised to power n. This means that m is equals to n. If these bases are the same, a and a are the same, means the bases are the same. Now equals to this. It means that the powers are also equal. Take note. Like if you have something like 2 raised to power 4 is equals to 2 raised to power x, it means that x is equals to 4. That is what you need to know to solve these particular questions. So now, for example, now you are asked to solve this equation. Now, what do you do? Since this is 3 raised to power x and this is 81, how I normally go about this question is, I look for a number. Like I'll ask myself, 3 raised to power what will give me 81? That is how I solve this kind of questions when I encounter them. So now, 3 raised to power x equals to 81. 3 raised to power what will give me 81? Because the bases have to be the same for the powers to be equal. Now, let's go. It means that 3 raised to power x is equals to 81. So 3 raised to power what will give me 81? 3 raised to power 2 cannot give me 81. 3 raised to power 3 cannot give me, but 3 raised to power 4 can give me 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. So what do? I'll say it's equals to what? 3 raised to power 4. Now from there now I can see that x is equals to 4. And that is the answer to your to that equation. It's as simple as that. If you are given this kind of question, you ask yourself 3 raised to power what to give me 81. Like for example, now you are given a question like this. You are given like 2 raised to power x is equals to 4. How do you solve this kind of question? They tell you to find x. It's as simple as I'll ask myself 2 raised to power what to give me 4. I know that 2 raised to power 2 is 4. What do? I split this. I have 2 raised to power x is equals to what? 2 raised to power 2. From here, from the rule, if the bases are equal, the powers are equal. It means that x is equals to what? 2. That is it. It's as simple as that. Now let's solve the second equation, simple exponential equation number 2. They say find x when 3 raised to power 2 into x minus 1 minus 8. This is a question. Now I'm going to solve this question now. I know some of you might have been seeing these questions in some examination and some other quiz. So now I'll solve this question so that you know how to go about it. Now let's go forward. Now you are asked to solve an equation like this kind of exponential equations. Remember, to solve an equation like this, you need to have a knowledge of the rules of indices before you can solve an equation like this. You cannot solve any exponential equation without having a knowledge of the rules of indices, the 7 rules. Now, okay, I'm asked to solve an equation like this. I'm asked to solve for x in this equation. I'm asked to find x. This is an exponential equation. It looks difficult, but it is simple. Now, how do I do it? I will now look. The first thing I'll do, I have to expand this bracket. Now, how to expand bracket? You have to go back to my first tutorial. I taught extensively on how to expand brackets. So today I will just use it. Now, the first thing you are going to do is to expand the bracket. How do I go about it? I have from here I have 3. I will expand this bracket. How do I expand the bracket? I have 2x minus 2 into 8. Still 3x minus 2 is equals to 1. So now from here now I have to equate this equation I have to equate this equation to 0. How do I equate this equation to 0? Basic mathematics. I have to cross over this 1 to this side, and when it crosses over it changes to minus. That is basic mathematics. And when any number is crossing an equal sign, the sign automatically changed. Now let's go on. You have 2x minus 2 minus 8 into 3x minus 2 minus 1 equals 0. Now I've done that. So what do I do now? The next night I need to have to apply the first law of indices. The first rule of indices says that a raised to power n times a raised to power n equals to a raised to power n plus n. That is the first rule of indices. So I will apply it here. So I will now have that from here. How do I apply it here? I'll have that 3 raised to power 2x times 3 raised to power minus 2. I've applied the first rule of indices. Why? Because they have the same basis. So if I'm to take it back to this form, the bases are the same, so I'm taking one base, and 2x plus minus 2 is 2x minus 2, which is still this. 2x plus minus 2. Go to my first tutorial. All these things are there, how to manipulate signs. So now from there now we now have minus 8. You also apply the rule here, times 3 raised to power x times 3 raised to power minus 2 minus 1 is equals to 0. See, I applied the first law of indices to break this. I also applied it to break this. So you have to have knowledge of the basic laws of indices to solve an exponential equation. Now from here I've applied this now. So let's go now. I have to apply another law of indices to go further, and I'm going to apply the 6th law of indices. What does it say? The 6th law says like normally that a raised to power minus n is equals to 1 over a n. That is it. That is the 6th law of indices. Now I have to apply this law here. Now from here I can see that 3 raised to power 2x times this is 3 raised to power minus 2 is going to be 1 over 3 raised to power 2 from that law. So it's going to be 1 over 3 raised to power 2 minus now 8 times 3 raised to power x times this is 3 raised to power minus 2. So it's going to be 1 over 3 raised to power 2 from that law. This is the 6th law. You're going to have 1 over 3 raised to the power 2 here minus 1 is equals to what? 0. So 3 raised to the power 2 is 9. So what do you have? You have 3 2x times 1 over 9 minus 8 times 3 raised to the power x minus 1 over what? 9 times 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. Now, have you seen this? Now, what do I do? The next step I have to take is to find the LCM. Now, remember this is 1 over 1. Remember. So, you get the LCM of 9, 9 and 1 is 9. So, you get 9 here. So, 9 goes to 9 one time times 3 times everything here is going to be 3 2x times 1, which is still 3 2x. So no need to put the times 1 again. So you just leave it like this. Minus 8 times 3x minus 9 equals to 0. How did I get this? 9 goes here one time times 3 raised to the power 2x times 1. 3 raised to the power 2x times 1 is 3 raised to the power 2x. So that's why I left it like this. So also 9 goes to 9 here is also 1 times 3 raised to the power times everything here will still give you everything here like this. Times 1 is still, so you don't need to put the times 1 again, you can leave it. Now 1, this 1 here goes to 9 is 9. That is 9 divided by 1 is 9. So now what do? The 9 times the 1 here will give you 9. So it's equals to 0. That's how I got that. So now from here, now how do you make this a straight line equation? You have to cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you're going to get 3 2x minus, like you have to cross multiply. This is over 1. Cross multiply. So you are going to get this times 0, this times 1. So you are going to get 3 2x minus 8 times 3 raised to the power x minus 9 is equals to 0. When you cross multiply, you need to cross multiply. So now from here, now what do you say? You now say let p is equals to what? 3 raised to the power x. So in here you see 3 raised to the power x, you change it to p. So from here, this is 3 raised to the power 2x. You have 3 raised to the power x and 2. So it's going to be p raised to the power 2. 3 raised to the power x is here. Then 2 is left. Then minus 8 times p, which is 3 raised to the power x minus 9 is equals to what? 0. Now p squared minus 8p minus 9 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Now this is a quadratic equation. Now you solve the quadratic equation to get your answer for p. So now when you solve this quadratic equation, you are going to get, when you solve this, you are going to, how do you solve this quadratic equation? Don't worry, when you get to quadratic equation, I'll give you an extensive study on how to solve it. But for now, let's just factorize this. Let's use factorization. Now, in factorization, you are going to ask yourself, what numbers am I going to multiply to get minus 9 and add to get minus 8? What numbers am I going to multiply to get minus 9 and add to have minus 8? 9 times, minus 9 times 1 is minus 9. But minus 9 plus 1, minus 9 times 1 is minus 9. But minus 9 plus 1 is what? Minus 8. Remember, go back to how to manipulate signs. I have done all this in my tutorials. So now, from here now, what do you get? It means that the two numbers are minus 9 and 1. So you have p minus 9 and p plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, p is equals to 9. P minus 9 is equals to 0. It means that p is equals to 9. Or p is equals to what? Minus 1. So from here, this one has no answer, but this one has the answer. In negative, you ignore it. They have no answer, but the positive answer, p is equals to 9. Now, you've gotten p is equals to 9. But you know that 3 raised to the power x was equals to p. That means that 3 raised to the power x is equals to what? 9. So now it has taken you back to what we solved first. 3 raised to the power what will give me 9? as I told you before, 3 raised to the power what will give me 9. So now I'll now say 3 raised to the power x. You know that 3 raised to the power 2 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 raised to the power 2 is 9. So you are going to have 3 raised to the power 2. So it means that since the bases are the same, it means that the answers, the powers are the same. So it means that the answer now x is equals to 2. That is how to go about exponential equations. Now, you cannot solve exponential equation without having knowledge of the basic laws of indices. So now, this is an example of an exponential equation which I extensively solved to make you get it. Now, to get more understanding of these exponential equations, go on, look for mathematics textbook, look for these exponential equations and try your hands on them. And also, to get more understanding of these equations, also just hook on to my tutorials. Like our Facebook channel, Easy Learning with Sign, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Easy Learning. Thank you. God bless. Remember, stay home, stay safe. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I remain Echo Sign Moses. Till next time.